full carbon fiber wide body Lamborghini Huracan. We're doing upwards of $10 million a year.
This thing is crazy.
We would work from 6 p.m. till like 2, 3, 4 a.m. every single night.
What's the most that someone's ever spent?
I've had someone do a bill. Car enthusiasts that actually come and actually pay for our services, of them, only about 10% of them really care about.
In today's video, I'm interviewing Shah Siddiki, 8-figure entrepreneur and owner of SSR Performance in Orange County, California. From being broke working at Costco to starting his business while at UC Irvine, Shah has now built one of the most recognized performance auto shops in the country. So my mission was to learn his story, his advice, habits, work ethic, and so much more. And if you stay until the end of the video, you'll get to hear what my Ferrari sounds like with its new exhaust, and I guarantee you'll leave inspired and become a better entrepreneur. Let's get started.
What's up, man? How you doing? Good, good. Nice to see you, bro.
How many months did you spend creating this whole space?
It took about 3 months, but it felt like a lifetime. When you're in the middle of it, it's like, let's go. We need to get it done. We need to get it done. And each day feels like, a week. Yeah.
What is this room right here?
So this right here is our SSR design suite. We didn't want to have our customers come in and just say, oh yeah, well, your car will look really good in blue with some, white wheels and blue calipers. We wanted to be able to actually show them that. So let's go ahead and pick your car. Let's pick some MV Forged wheels on here.
All right. So you literally have everything in this program.
Pretty much, yes. And then from there, what we can do is we can actually refinish it. So let's just say we want to make them like this gold color. Okay. I don't know, this color looks better. And then let's go ahead and lower this thing because it looks hideous with how high it is.
Yeah. Okay.
That's pretty good. Here we have like a satin white, and bro, that looks crazy, right? And you can see how amazing this is because let's just say you were between satin white or you were between army green or something like that. Look how different this car looks, right? Even look at that color versus this color, right? You might say, oh cool, like they're both matte green. No, this, like that looks sexy. So it gives us the ability to really visualize and bring the dream to reality.
So what made you decide to go with like the black theme?
I wanted to kind of feel like, Bruce Wayne's like penthouse kind of vibe,
Lounge
super
area.
Minimalistic and just chic, like urban chic type of look.
Okay, just to give the audience an idea, like how much is one screen?
I want to say like $7,000 to $8,000. We didn't want any simple thing that's on the wall to make it look like we try to save money type of thing. Because it takes away from the rest of the hard work that we did to make this place look as good as it does. Back here is where all like the magic happens, where all the work gets done. What we do here mainly is we do exhaust, we do wheels, suspension, tuning, wraps, PPF, pretty much an all-around shop. It's more of a luxury business as opposed to the necessity. You
guys use a lot of power. What's the monthly power bill?
I think like around like $8,500 a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. One of the most expensive things to build out this entire build out were the lights here. Okay. The lights alone were 85 grand. You look in here and the lighting looks cool, but you don't realize like that's really how much lighting costs, and that's why 90% of the time when you go to a shop, you're never gonna see lighting like this. So that car right there, we actually wrapped.
Okay.
Yeah, this car is wrapped.
That looks great.
Khaki green, yeah.
This thing is crazy.
Yeah, so we did the khaki green wrap on the outside of this.
What do most people do for a living that bring their cars here?
I would say almost all of them own businesses.
Okay.
I can't say one thing that engulfs like all of them. Yeah. I would say one guy would have like a fire alarm company where he's contracted to do all the fire alarms in all apartment buildings, And then there's other guys that have landscaping businesses. I even have guys that like are plumbers, bro, and they're just killing it. They have 7, 8 vans that have guys that work for them, and they're doing really, really well. But I'd say 90% of people that come in here are entrepreneurs.
Wow.
Yeah.
For heavy mods, what is the average bill?
It depends. So let's just say you're doing like an exhaust, tuning, upgraded turbos, wrap, and wheels on a 720S. Yeah. So it's an $80,000 bill.
80,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. What's the most that someone's ever spent on a single car?
The most that someone's ever spent, I've had someone do a $127,000 bill. Yeah, I don't remember that number specifically because it was the highest bill we've ever had. But we've also had a lot of $100,000 bills and a lot of $80,000 bills. Wow. So that side was the mechanical side, and then over here is the wrap department. So this is where we do all the wrap. We've got the special lighting to make sure that we see any minor defects or any kind of issues that might come up. We see it right away. These 3 lights here alone take up just as much power as every single other light in this building. Oh. Yeah, just these 3 lights right here. So the amount that I pay to run these lights a day is probably like $200-300, just these lights alone. And then another $200-300 to run those lights every single day. We do full door jamb wraps, as you can see. We've got the door sills fully done, as well as the back of the door. So you can see this car literally looks like it was painted.
So for anyone that wants to wrap their car, what advice would you give them?
Okay, so the biggest thing I tell people when they're looking to wrap their car is that wraps are not created equal. This is something where the person whose hands are actually on the car is going to end up creating the result, not the material itself, right? So you could use the same material and get two completely different results. So the best advice that I have for anyone that's looking to wrap their cars is look for previous examples of the work of the person that's actually wrapping the car.
So now that we finished touring the place, I want to dive deeper into Shah's backstory and sort of see how he was able to turn his passion into an 8-figure business, his advice for aspiring entrepreneurs, and much more. So tell me a little bit more about yourself, your name, your age, and what you've built.
So my name is Shah, I'm 31 years old, and back when I was 21 years old, we started SSR Performance, which today is probably one of the largest aftermarket upgrade performance brands for high-end exotic vehicles in Orange County.
What were you doing before you started SSR at 21? What were you like as a kid?
Yeah, so I always was involved in business, like even like at 17 years old, like I had like a t-shirt company, always trying to do something related to business. And when people used to ask me what I wanted to be when I was older, I used to always tell them like I wanted to just be a business owner, right? I didn't know what business, but I wanted to do business. When I was 17, I started working at Costco. I worked there for about 3 years during college. I went to community college, transferred to UCI for mechanical engineering, and then right after that, I started SSR Performance.
Take us through the first 6 months of opening SSR.
We opened like a little tiny little shop. It's probably the size of like this area that we're sitting in. You could fit pretty much one car inside.
Dang.
And we would work from 6 p.m. till like 2, 3, 4 a.m. every single night. And it was all BMWs. And then it evolved into what it is today, which is just more pretty much like an overall encompassing exotic upgrade brand.
What do you think about cars as alternative investments?
I think if you buy the right car, it's a great investment. Most cars under 100K are going to continue to always go down in value. So it just depends. You got to buy the right car. If you're getting in at the right price and then out before it depreciates enough, that's also fine too. They always say you make your money on an investment when you buy. You don't make your money when you sell, right? So if you buy it at the right price and get rid of it at the right price, then you could also get in and out of a car every 1 to 2 years and not lose money on them.
What cars do you think are the best for people from like different price ranges?
0 to 50, I would say Toyota Supra, the new Supra. Even like the F80, M3, F82, M4. 50 to 100, I would say like a C63 is a really good option. AMG GTS is a really good option. The BMW G80 M3 is a really good option. 100 to 200, Lamborghini Huracan. 570S is also a good option in that price range. Or even an Audi R8. 200,000 plus, by far the most bang for your buck you can get in like that closer to $200,000 range is going to be the 720S. There's no doubt about it.
You have one.
I have a 720S, yeah.
Okay. What were the startup costs to begin a
$5,000.
What was that?
Toolbox from Harbor Freight, some tools from Harbor Freight, $1,200 a month rent that we had to pay for the place that we had, and first month's rent.
And how long did it take for you guys to become profitable?
2.5 years. Within like the first 5 months, we upgraded our location, got a 3 times bigger spot. We just kept rolling the money back into the business and not paying ourselves, and that allowed us to continue growing the business.
Did you have any failures on your entrepreneurial journey? Or...
Yeah, my t-shirt company, like we were making money, but it wasn't enough for me to continue doing it and be able to sustain at that time. And even at the beginning of SSR Performance, I was living at home with my parents, so I didn't have rent. I didn't really have a car bill. I was driving my parents' hand-me-down 2001 Toyota Sienna, so I didn't have any bills. That's why I was able to sustain 2.5 years without paying myself.
What was the turning point in your entrepreneurial journey?
I think that once I found someone who had a similar mindset to me, we were able to take on different roles and kind of like divide and conquer. So while I focused on marketing and sales, he focused more on operations and back end of stuff. So making sure finances are good, making sure our taxes are paid on time, while I just focused on brute force, just bringing in sales by marketing as best as I possibly could kind of thing.
Can you inspire the audience with some of the numbers that you guys have hit?
We're doing upwards of $10 million a year. Other than that, I think 10 years is a big statistic for us. You know, starting from 21 years old to 31 now, and looking back and saying, wow, like we created a business that lasted 10 years. Like, I mean, most businesses don't last more than a couple months.
How did you guys get your first customers?
We were selling parts online, like on Craigslist and like eBay, and like the customers that were buying our parts would also ask us if we could install those parts. That's actually why the shop started at all in the first place. So we were doing great work on these customers' cars, and they saw the owners of the company were actually doing the work. So it didn't really matter how small our shop was. They trusted us, and when we did great work, they left us good reviews, and then the word of it just spread like wildfire.
So fast forward today, what are your biggest drivers for getting clients?
Our biggest drivers today is the fact that we've been around for 10 years and people just know the brand name. Sometimes people are keeping their car for like 6 months only. They want to do a quick wrap, so they might not want the absolute best, and they want to just save a little bit of money and go somewhere else instead. So everyone's convinced and knows that we offer this high level of work. And so what we do is we price a little bit above like the mom and pop guys, ask for that little bit of a premium, but then also deliver at that as well. So our biggest driver of customers is just the fact that people at this point know who we are, and obviously we've built a pretty good reputation here in Orange County.
How big is your team, and how do you run a successful big team?
Probably around like 30 to 35 people.
Okay.
And that is like actually staff, like W-2 employees. It's not like, you know, contractors that we call in and out every single day. We don't do that just because it's really difficult to manage the quality at that point.
And how do you identify great talent?
I focus on character, having a sense of urgency in the work that they're doing. That's, I think, all trainable in a sense, but you can't really teach someone how to be honest. You can't really teach someone how to be moral, you know, have the right morals and ethics. In a business like this where we're working on cars and stuff like that, you and I both know a lot of car shops don't have really good reputation, and it's because they lack in the moral ethic and honesty department, and I don't ever want to be that company.
What skills particular do you have that allowed you to become successful?
Long-term focus. I think that's another really understated thing, is that people want really fast results. The truth is, not getting paid for 2.5 years is a lot more painful than it sounds. You're trying to survive and you're driving a minivan that's from, you know, it's 15 years old. It's not exactly the easiest thing to do. So having that long-term focus of like, I have a purpose here, I have a vision, and once I can achieve that vision, you know, this is not going to be my reality anymore. Just being able to just focus on something, your vision, for just an extended period of time, that's the biggest reason why I can probably say that I'm sitting here today.
Wow. How do you network today?
I'm very selective with the type of people that I want around me. I don't welcome like negative energy. I don't welcome people who talk behind other people's back. I try my best to surround myself with people who talk positively about themselves, talk positively about the goals that they have, and also talk positively about the people that they know.
Are there any daily habits or actions you do every single day that you think have really helped you?
I pray every single day. Having faith in God like brings me back and grounds me and reminds me like the purpose of why I'm really here. Second thing is going to the gym. I think that helps your mind a lot. That helps you in thinking and coming up with ideas for your business. I also do this thing every single week where on like a Saturday or Sunday, I separate myself from like my work day, which is like Monday through Friday, I'm in my work day, right? So I pick a day where I don't have all my A, B, C, D, E, F, G tasks, and I just dedicate that hour or two to just focusing on the things that are gonna help me grow my business. That's something that has helped me a lot, because that's when I've always come up with my absolute best ideas, right?
And what's something that you wish you started doing earlier?
One thing that I've come to realize in the automotive industry is that the car enthusiasts that actually come and actually pay for our services, only about 10% of them really care about the quality and the service that they're gonna receive when they come to a shop like ours. The 90% of them care about the price. And I'd say if you're gonna dedicate yourself to being the absolute best quality in a business, make sure that you're focusing on the type of people that are buying. If they really are just more worried about pricing, then you're wasting your time, energy, and effort. So one thing that I wish I did earlier was maybe focus more so on just kind of like churning cars. But the reality of it is, even me saying that right now sounds wrong, because that's not the type of person that I am. I was always focused on quality, 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 quality. So instead of me taking away from that quality in a business like this, I would have probably just pivoted out of this business completely and gone into a different business where my quality and my effort and energy that I'm putting into that quality benefit me financially in the future.
And what made you take the risk to do all this?
I'd say that I just didn't look back. I just stayed focused on the vision, looking forward only, and just having faith that things are gonna work out. I think that the second that you start looking back and start questioning if it's gonna work out or not, you're pretty much gonna end up losing right then and there.
What advice would you give to new entrepreneurs?
Don't give up. Success is literally on the other side of you giving up. Like ultimately, that's what it comes down to.
Any last advice you want to give the audience?
Well, most people that are probably watching this are probably gonna watch this and say, wow, like I can go open my own car shop. The best advice I can give anyone that says they wanna go open a car shop is to pay attention. Pay attention to the fact that things are changing very rapidly in the car industry, and it may not necessarily be the best thing to go and do right now. Don't look at my story and say, oh my goodness, I'm gonna go do what that guy did. Focus on the world that we live in. You know, we have AI coming out, we have all kinds of advancements in the automotive industry. Figure out what the next step is. Don't focus on the last 10 years of what I did. Focus on the next 10 years of what you're gonna be doing, and that's the best advice I can give anyone that's watching this.
That's amazing. Thank you so much.
So now Shah is taking me to go see my Ferrari 458, which recently got a new aftermarket exhaust. I was definitely surprised to say the least.
I'm excited. Whoa. That's wild. Dude, thank you so much. This is so sick. I'm very excited, yeah.
Enjoy that thing,
Thank you so much.
Anytime,
Oh my
bro.
God, my ears, dude. to get a ticket, dude. Oh my gosh. All right. Thank you so much. Yeah. Anyways, I really hope you enjoyed that whole interview. I want to give a shout out to Shah for spending the day with me and sharing his advice. And hopefully you as the audience learn a ton. If you're looking to start your own business and want to get some of my favorite finance and business tools, I'll leave links to those down below in the description. And yeah, if you got some value from this video, please consider hitting that like button and also subscribing for more content just like this. I make a ton of videos about personal finance, investing, and entrepreneurship. All right, thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.